Greetings, it's Vaygrim, back again with another episode. And we've had some monumentous progress this time around, specifically because, by the way, you can hear the gentle whirring of our minecart doing its rounds. Today's upgrade day. Yeah, so we have actually gone through quite a bit of the mods that we were behind on, and we've done upgrades. Now, one of the big ones, I've finally done the manual upgrade from Mechanism 5 to Mechanism 6. Now, this is very, unfortunately, it's kind of messy to do, but it is achievable. So, there's a lot of stuff in here that is very new to me, like the chemical processing for there's ore quadrupling now, and there's ore quintupling. That's 4 times and 5 times, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's pretty significant. That's a pretty big thing. So, we've got scuba equipment. We've got free runners. I've got my handy-dandy atomic disassembler set to vein mode for mining. It actually does a pretty wicked amount of damage, too, so I might end up using it as a weapon. We'll see. Balloons, of course. Very important. The new universal cables, they've been reprogrammed, re-optimized. All the older things that already existed. So yeah, another thing that we've actually upgraded to now, we've got Enderio version 0.11.3 something. The latest one, basically. Which means we've got Staffs of Traveling. We've got the, oh goodness gracious, where did I put it? Travel Anchor. We've got the new overhaul of the, let me eliminate some clutter there. The Ender Face, which I think is right there. The Ender IO block itself. A remote usage of our actual things, which means I can put one right. I want to get an Ender IO, the actual block, and stick it right here so I can use my AE system wherever I want to. Well, from a considerable distance. But we're also going to put some Wi-Fi in. That's wireless access for the AE system. That's mostly just me being silly. I see a white mage out of the corner of my eye. What do I have to tell you guys? How many times they need 2 whacks and that guy is dead, pretty much. Let's see what else. We have the new version of Thaumcraft updated. We have updated version of Mine Factory Reloaded. Lots of bug fixes. We've got, oh gosh, all sorts of stuff. Minechem. At some point, I need to get a lab going so we can take advantage of Minechem. Now, there's a new addition to things, mostly because I was feeling a little saucy and nostalgic all at the same time. That's right, Equivalent Exchange 3. Now, this is not a fully functional mod. It is still very much a work in progress. But I gotta say, it really does kind of bring the warm, tingly feeling back to see an EMC value on something again. Anyway, I'm not sure how much of this actually works, yes. But I'm going to mess with it. I'm going to see what we can do, like alchemical chests, large. I'm kind of curious what the infused wood planks, made with aluminium stone. Wow, okay. Shapeless crafting. How do you make a log? Really? Okay, well, we'll just have to figure that one out. Let me think. Oh, God. See, there's another one. These guys, like Amway salesmen, they won't go away. 2 hits, and they're goners. Now, there is something that I have been wanting to show you guys. We also updated Dartcraft, which means time torches. Now, you guys wanted to see time torches in action. I'm going to show you time torches in action. I'm going to stick that there. And watch this. 3, 2, 1, and go. Hyper speed, hyper movement, hyper growth rates. That means they get older quicker. There's one. Goodness gracious, I did this upstairs just a minute ago, just to make sure. And I actually got accelerated breeding rates, which is downright crazy. Now this thing is so broken. It not only affects animals, it affects tile entities, which means machines work faster. But machines that work faster, that means that they're actually draining their energy that much faster as well. And these things stack, so if I wanted to get another one and put a diaper, 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Now this is even affecting the harvesting, the grinder right near me, and the spawner. You see, pigs are coming out faster. Now, this is insane. I could see if this is set up wrong, I could see this punishing a server very, very quickly. So, these things are hilarious, but they are also a deadly weapon. Now, it's going to take just a minute for that effect to go away. There we go, they're back to normal speed. So, time torches are very funny. They affect everything. I was testing it on the mob spawners in there earlier, and I was getting basically accelerated rates of skeletons and blaze, which is cool, but it definitely feels like it's kind of cheaty. You know, I don't remember there being a sparkly particle effect. Now, we've done the update, and of course, with the update comes the new version of Thaumcraft, and there are some definite additions in here. Now, I pretty much got as much as I could in the old one. I made big strides with the easy research system turned on. I also updated Thaumic Tinkerer. That one jumped several versions while I wasn't looking. So there's a lot of stuff that I really want to make now. A lot of new things that I need to get the research for. Metal purification. Automated alchemy. So yeah, whole bunch of stuff. Needless to say, I'm very, very interested in how that is going to shape up. Now, we still have what I have started to refer to as the Mega Node. This thing is... Oh, you'll notice, by the way, I updated Wayla, updated Opus, updated Java. Wayla now actually has, if you're wearing the goggles from Thaumcraft, it actually has support for Thaumcraft now. Now, you can't cheat. You see? Worded jar, nothing. But if I put this on, Saxum 64. I like that very much because I forget what the damn symbols are all the time. So, I'm very happy about this upgrade. Metallum 64, Iter, Limus. I am not sure, but I think I have a gas leak or two. Huh. I'm noticing little jets of gas here and there. This must be one of the changes in the new pipe systems. I'm going to have to research that and figure something out. It looks like it might blow a leak. Needless to say, there have been some changes in the way Aura nodes are coded and the way Darkcraft works. It is no longer safe to use a wrench or, say, a cardboard box from Mekanism on a node to move it. World-corrupting things could happen. So I'm going to hold off on this for the time being. I think this Aura node is just fine where it is, so I'm going to leave it there. This is more than plenty. I think it would be hilarious to get a chunk-sized node, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. That's pretty good achievement by me right now. So, let's see. Unfortunately, there is no update to Ars Magica yet. I'm really waiting on that one because we've got a lot of bugs in Ars Magica that I'm still running across. Namely, my brooms, my magic brooms, keep disappearing. They just vanish. I will look this way, turn back around, and they will be gone. No explanation, no reasoning, no nothing. So now I am short one. I'm not sure I want to make another one yet. But I need some solution for here until we can put a better thing in place. I don't know if I want to make a golem and have the same risk of the golem charging off the edge, or finally put a harvester in here from Modpack Reloaded. We'll have to see. I'm going to circle back around to that one, but for right now, I think I'm just going to let the tree farm kind of sit there. We'll see what happens. Actually, you know what? Yeah, see, I have almost no wheat. I have to go through here, get enough wheat to actually make a broom. Gonna put that in there. It'll get sent over automatically. I very much like our railcart system. Is it the absolute best? Nope. But it's a lot of fun. And it definitely makes me very happy to hear that thing rolling around on a regular basis. Now I need 2 sticks. I'm glad I made a whole bunch of this stuff. I know this broom is going to disappear, but I don't have the time right now to worry about its shenanigans, so I'm just going to go ahead, make another one, put it into service, and then figure out what we want to do later. Go to work, and I will get back to you. So, I suspect there's been points where I've walked past that platform with my magnet on, my glove magnet from Dartcraft, and it has pulled stuff and caused that broom to go charging off the edge, but it's supposed to stop. I think what it's doing is it's getting up over the actual edge. This is basically a too high invisible fence, these warded blocks, so I think what it's doing is hopping up here and hopping over the fence and just plummeting to its death, and very little I can do about that, except maybe stick a warded stone block on top of that, and I'm not sure I want to do that. That might be the temporary solution right now, but it's the only route out that I can see that it might be taking. We'll have to figure that one out. So, we made great strides on our railroad system last episode, and I think today I want to extend this out a little bit, and, I'm going to do the farms first. Actually, you know what? The sheep are long overdue. We're going to upgrade the sheep first. So I am actually going to get some resources, make some machines, and I will be right back. So, progress so far. Aside from having to kick more white mages off my lawn. I've got another wind turbine going. These things are great. At this altitude, they make great independent power sources. They put out an absurd amount of RF per tick, specifically because we are so high off the ground. Now, I have a rancher right here that is being powered through cables from the bottom. Nice compact, and with no wrench, it looks fairly good. So I actually have conduits coming out to power this in the bottom. It then outputs items into the chest. I pull from the chest and go under here. I don't like this dog leg. I gotta change that, I think. And then I have an item loader. That's right. We are going to move our cart system. I'm actually going to bump that over a little bit. And we're basically going to do it about the same place right over here for this. So I'm going to try and get the same thing set up. Then we're going to start addressing getting that pulled out this direction. And we'll see what we can do. Perfect example of a time torch. Watch this. 3, 2, 1, go. No upgrades. 1 times speed, 1 times energy efficiency. But you notice the energy needed per tick is going up a lot. That's the spikes because it's going more often on what it's doing. Uses just as much per tick, it's just a lot more ticks, I think. So this is why the time torch is cool and completely broken. It just kind of throws everything out of balance. Where did my stuff go? Whoops. There's that mouse again. Really need to think about looking into getting a new mouse. I have one of those. I'm going to make some tracks. Why am I going to make tracks? Because I don't need to make tracks. I need to make some ordinary. This, do this, rebalance. Make another stack. Plies, as I said before, a railcraft actually go a pretty long ways. And let's see, where's the ones we like? Those. Got so many holding tracks, it's just dumb. One of those, and oh, goodness gracious. I think that'll do it. So, I've got somewhere down here yep, item loader, filling up with wool. Now, we line this up, it should be now, here's the thing, this thing is a little bit higher. Wow, that's going to be cutting it real close. Actually, you know what? I am going to relocate you. Better. Okay, I have a nefarious plan that involves more abuse of Ars Magica stuff. Now, actually, before I get that going, I am going to put the... Nope, that is the wrong one. That one... That one. It's going to go some distance out here. I'm planning ahead of time. Let's say right about here. Here's the fun part. Oh, come here, you. You can see the sky color changes as I go back and forth between biomes. I have such a mishmash of biomes now because I'm over river, forest, magical forest, bits and bits. Over there is an ominous woods, so depending upon what part of the base I'm in, the sky changes dramatically. Okay, so that's good for the wood. Now what I'm going to do... Let's see, it's going to be coming this way. Now what I wanted to do... So, my friend Sice, I'm sorry, on the Resonant Rise server, made a discovery when it comes to gold inlay from Ars Magica 2. Now, redstone inlay acts like a booster track. If I remember right, the iron inlay is a boarding or unboarding track, something like that. And the gold inlay acts as a teleporter. Yes, you heard me right. It acts as a teleporter. Now, I'm just going to dot this on the straightaways. One of the reasons why I discovered I like these control tracks, because by default, they're a booster that's on. It's just one direction. Now, we actually don't have here, but what we're going to do is we're going to do this. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, goodness. So I'm right here. Can be somewhere right about there. Which means this would be right there. Now, if I've done this right, and I readily admit I may not have, should be able to break that. Break that. Let's see. Let's readjust these real quick. Huh. Well, that didn't work. That is apparently... I wonder if it needs a redstone signal. There we go. I really need to get staff of travel going so I can just zap back and forth. So that was an experiment that apparently failed. I'm going to have to do some more research on this and see what I am doing wrong. I'll be right back. Okay. I figured it out. And I think you're going to get a downright kick out of this, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes our cart. Now watch closely. Presto changeo. And over here... Oh, God, that makes me immensely happy on so many levels. It's just dumb. So, now we have a really, really cool gap that our death-defying minecart will jump. I can actually break this down to just the support strut, and I can tie that loop into the structure of the arm itself. Is that just cool or what? I mean, look at this. Watch, watch, watch. So, the trick is, you actually have to have gold inlay, whoa, on both ends. But the largest gap that it can traverse is 8 blocks. So, what I'm actually going to do is extend this one just a little bit. Because I can close it in one more block. That means I can place the item loader a little better there. And, oh, I need to see if it's going to stop here. Next pass through. Let's watch it one more loop. This is just hilarious. I love the noise, too. It sounds like an Enderman. I'm waiting to hear that cart rumble. Here it comes. Yep. Awesome. That works. Oh, this makes me so happy. Okay. I'm going to finish building this bit out, and I'll be right back when it's finished off. No, my minecart is not having an aneurysm. Thank you for asking. I have the cow pens hooked up now, which means that a large amount of leather and meat and pork is getting dumped in here now from the barrels just above. The barrels are still going to act as a buffer. I'm going to keep them. Because like I said, it's a good buffer. But basically, the barrels will get loaded first, and the little barrels will then unload into the item loader so that the cart can carry it around. It's just that this first trip is going to be a doozy. Just gonna watch this thing fill up slowly. I think the next several trips are gonna be like this. I think it's got all the leather. Huh. That means the meat's going to be next, and I'm not sure which one is going to close in on the finish up first. Pork or beef? Yeah, it's at the end of the leather. Let me just check here real quick. Well, there it went. It is at the end. It filled up, I think, on everything. But pork, now the beef is actually filling up the buffer. So the next time this thing comes around, I'm gonna have a similar trip. You'll notice I did these support struts in the middle. I'm actually gonna go get more wood and stretch it out to the side also. I want to make it look like this thing is really attached to this wing of the actual structure. But I gotta say, I'm happy with our Daredevil cart. I think it's a very, very cool notion. I might even move that landing zone for that gold stretch out one block, because I think I've got enough room to play with. But I've got it lined up both ends, arrival and departure. On both sides, you notice. This one sticks out a little bit farther over here, though, so I might move that back one. I know I can clear the gap, because it does it over here. And it'll look more even between the two. But otherwise, I think this is a hilarious project. We've got the sheep automated. We tied in the automation of the sheep and the automation of the cow pens with the main system, and put a little flair for the dramatic all in the process. I think that's a good day's work. Now, here's the only other problem I've seen so far. Aha, see? It is unloaded. That was a big trip. A little bit of a stop to get some wool there. It is going to empty this out as quick as it can. I think that is going to be all of the beef. And then it will take off. There it goes. That's so cool. Oh, God. I have so many possibilities for this. Now, here's the thing I'm curious about. Does that work through solid walls, or does it have to be clear air? Is it basically the Ars Magica equivalent of a jump pad? Just jumping rails, launching rails, but just 8 blocks? Or could I send that through a solid wall and really have some daring do and amazing fun? Let me think on that. I'll be right back. Now, with little to no testing and a high amount of amusement, I bring to you the teleporting cart. Okay, so this thing actually goes through solid objects. I have actually tried wood. I've tried clear glass. I even did a wall of stone. Both work. It literally departs that pad, shows up on that pad, but it just visually drags it across. It's not actually jumping. That is teleportation. That's why it's got the Enderman sound. That means you could go through solid walls with this stupid trick. Oh my God, this is awesome. Somebody's really got to abuse the hell out of this. You really do have to make a video and let me post a link to it. Come up with something amazing. I beg of you. There's got to be people more creative than me out there that could come up with some stupid trick you can do with this. Now, I didn't discover this. Sice from the Resonant Rise server discovered it and passed this information on to me. So credit where credit's due. But I gotta say, that's absolutely hilarious. I don't think I can top that for this episode. This is going to be a great stopping point, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Vaygrim's Magic Theater. Yeah, I'm speechless. I'm dumbfounded, gobsmacked, as the British would say. How is that not cool? That never gets old.